Welcome back, everyone's the Bourbon Judge. We are back at it with Four Roses Limited Edition, the 2023. Yes, always fun when you have a chance to try a highly allocated bottle, only because they're hard to find. Hence the sample. I mean, seriously, hence the sample. So, honestly, I think back, I've tried Four Roses Limited Edition in the past, various different releases, but I've never owned a bottle. Never. Why? Because MSRP, as an example for this bottle here, is $200. Whenever I've seen them in years past, I've seen them on shelves, never for MSRP. $400, $500, $600, $800. I mean, you name it. The secondary prices within stores by itself are really, really bad. So, unfortunately, I've never had a chance to own the Four Roses Limited Edition. However, one of my patrons and one of my good friends, my buddy Eric down in South Carolina, he was like, "Hey, Judge, I want you to try a sample of this so you can put it on the channel." So, Eric, much love and respect, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, my man. Thank you so much. And I should also give a huge shout out to all my patrons. So thank you all for the support and love. And we should go ahead and welcome our newest patrons to our Judge family, if you will. Our good friend Jason S. and Omar M. So Jason and Omar, welcome to the Judge family. Thanks for supporting the channel, and do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you both very much. All right. Four Roses Limited Edition. So this is the 135th anniversary. 135th meaning that they started back in 1888, so just kind of celebrating the 135th anniversary. Of course, this is technically, if you think about the actual 2023 limited edition release, this is technically the 16th release of this product, so number 16th. I poured a little bit just so this bad boy can kind of open up. Again, very highly allocated. MSRP about $200. This one comes in at exactly 108 proof. So 108 proof. Let's get into this nose real quick. Let me get into this bad boy. This had plenty of time to kind of air out a little bit. Oh my. Woo. So because it is a small batch, this is a blend, and I'll fly it in so you guys can see the actual mash bills, but it's a blend of 12, 14, 16 and 25-year-old bourbon. So 12, 14, 16 and 25-year-old. And for the most part, it's really 12, 14 and 16-year-old bourbon all blended in with just a little drop, if you will, a little bit of 25-year-old whiskey. So for the most part, 12, 14, 16-year-old whiskey. So the question like that most of you probably have out there that I often find myself kind of going through is, Judge, is this really worth a $200 price point? Or is it worth even just trying to find it in a bar, right? A lot of times you have to remember with highly allocated whiskey, it's not so much about the hunt of actually trying to find it or even find it at MSRP. It's whether or not if it's even worth, spending X, I don't know, 30, 40 bucks for a pour in a bar. So that's a whole nother question too. So we'll get into both of those in a little bit. But what do we get off the nose here? So one thing I do love about Four Roses, I do love all the different recipes that they have, and they selected these for at least for this release. And I would say Brent Elliott, the master distiller, is truly like a genius in terms of just laying down fantastic whiskey and pulling those barrels at the right time. So that's historically. I mean, again, I haven't had this one just yet, but so in the nose standpoint, this is, I mean, it's really a fantastic blend of a couple of things. You have a lot of oak, because obviously you have older age whiskey, 12, 14, 16, even some 25-year-old. The oak is actually a bit more forward than most traditional Four Roses, like from a nose perspective. So a little bit oak forward, a good balance and blend of like some fruits in there, various different fruits from like apples, to some pears, to some plums, some blackberries. This is nice. A little bit of just a smidge of like the peanut kind of a note in there as well. So very peanut, very oak, a little bit of leather, and a lot of fruit. Very much just kind of commingled together, like quite well actually. Damn. From a nose standpoint, it's actually on point. I will say that. But as they say in this courtroom, we're not here to nose bourbon. We are here to sip bourbon. All right, real quick, 3 quick easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Let me know what are your thoughts on the 2023 limited edition 4 Rose bottle. Have you tried it? And if not, are you willing to try it? Last but not least, please make sure you all subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get a notification each and every time I release new content. All right, here we go. Cheers, everybody. And thanks again, Eric. I appreciate you, my man. Oh, wow, that's good. That's pretty good. Okay, let me get a little bit more. Wow, that's a long palate, like a long finish. It moves around in the palate very well, and the finish is very long and like elegant, peaceful. Wow, it coats your mouth. It has such like a great, almost like a creamy kind of a mouthfeel, if you will. That's really nice. Jeez Louise. Woo-wee. Uh-oh. Wow. Wow. That's actually pretty impressive. That's one where even from the first sip, it kind of left me like, wow, am I really sipping this? Kind of that kind of an experience, right? Like, am I really truly sipping this? It was that kind of an experience. The mouth, like the palate, was very rich, very creamy. It was a long finish and probably the perfect proof. At 108, it's solid, it's long, it's elegant, very rich and bold at the same time. That is pretty damn special. So, we have 2 questions. Judge, is it worth buying at MSRP or right around MSRP? Or, if I can't find it, should I at least maybe try to find a pour of it at a really good bourbon bar? All right. 2 requests, 1 judgment. Yes and yes. Yes, it's definitely worth a good, pour at a bar. If you can't find it at MSRP, absolutely find it at a bar. This is a phenomenal bottle, honestly. Again, this is truly a phenomenal bottle. Very highly allocated, so I get it. It's hard to find. I don't have a bottle of it, but very fortunate that a friend of mine, my buddy Eric, sent me a sample of it. Absolutely amazing. And yes, it's worth MSRP. I mean, for a limited edition bottle at $200 MSRP, it's definitely worth it, right? A lot of times people will say, well, Judge, how much would you pay for this bottle? For this one, this is pretty damn good. I would honestly probably even go up to like $240 maybe for this. Me personally, everyone's bank accounts are all different. So for me, I do think this is worth even right at $200, even slightly above, just because of the quality of the whiskey. This is flat out amazing, and I mean amazing. So much, I've got to say cheers again. Hey, peace, cheers, salute. Eric, my man, thank you again for this sample. This is that darn special. Cheers, everybody. Take care.